We're running the Cover 3 here at Pro Football Weekly, where we bring you 3 under-the-radar stories from Week 16 of the NFL season. And in Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, the team you thought you could count on to go out and put a good effort on the field each and every week, regardless if they were winning or losing, has turned into one that's getting blown out week after week in December, and this is the second straight year that it's happened. This team has now lost 8 consecutive December games. We thought things were different this year with Schiano and Josh Freeman. Thought this was a more disciplined team, one that wasn't going to get blown out and certainly not going to buckle down the stretch in the midst of a playoff race that it was very much in. And the old questions about quarterback Josh Freeman are new again after he's thrown 4 interceptions in back-to-back games. At head coach Schiano, we thought he was instituting a culture change, and there were some signs of it happening in the first half of the season, but lately we can't be so sure that it's really taken root. So for the second straight offseason, the Bucs are going to go in wondering if they have the answer at 2 of the most important positions in any franchise, quarterback and head coach.
A few weeks ago, I sat here and I lauded the Patriots' offensive line. It was a patchwork unit that was doing a great job protecting Tom Brady. But in the last few games, it struggled, and it's been healthy too. It's all the starters there. They gave up 3 sacks and 9 quarterback hits to the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday in what was a much closer game than most people expected. Brady's been sacked 11 times in the last 4 games. He'd only been sacked 3 times in the 6 previous games. It's not a cause for alarm, but maybe a little bit of concern for the Patriots heading into the postseason, where they might have to play some very good defensive fronts like the Broncos and the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Patriots need to keep Brady protected to get that offense in rhythm. It will help having Rob Gronkowski back, but it is curious the way this season's ending. A lot different than the last 2 seasons, struggling a bit at the end, and part of it has been the offensive line.
The popular perception was that the Vikings would need another superhuman effort from Adrian Peterson to pull off the road upset over the Texans in Week 16 and keep their playoff hopes alive. But it was a little bit different this week, as it was the rest of the Vikings picking up the slack for Peterson, who had an actual ordinary effort for a change. Nonetheless, the Vikings dominated the game in all 3 phases. Christian Ponder's numbers may not jump out at you, but his poise under duress all day, and particularly on 3rd down, was excellent. He made plays outside the pocket and, more importantly, played mistake-free football. The biggest star of the show, however, was the Vikings defense, which limited the Texans to 1 of 10 on 3rd down and had Matt Schaub absolutely uncomfortable all afternoon and Arian Foster bottled up from the outset. With the Vikings holding on to the NFC's final wildcard spot in a seemingly unwinnable game at Lambeau Field against the Packers in Week 17, the thinking nationally won't change. It'll take another superhuman effort from Adrian Peterson for the Vikings to win again and get in the postseason. But what we learned Sunday is that while Peterson remains by far the biggest component in Minnesota's success this season, there are other ways that the Vikings can win games. For all the latest news and analysis, be sure to check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.